Hi guys, I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for being here. Today we're gonna try to get rid of your fear of using masks to make transitions in Premiere Pro. But before we continue with that, I just wanted to share something about the structure of this channel. And if you're not interested in it, just use the video chapters below and skip to the part where the tutorial starts. But for the rest of you who are interested, then I just wanted to say that I am introducing a new sort of category of videos in this channel, and it's going to be about tutorials. And I'm doing this category because I feel like if someone is looking for a tutorial, they're probably in the middle of a project and they don't want to be distracted by personal stuff. They just want to go straight to the point, and that's exactly what I will try to do with these videos. I'm calling it How Today. It sounds very similar to How To Do. Whenever I upload one of these tutorials and one of these videos, it's gonna be a how-to day for us in this channel. Now I've also made a short intro for the How Today's videos, and let's roll the intro and then continue straight to the tutorial. Now I have already opened my project in Premiere and I have dragged these two clips that I'm gonna use as a mask. So what you want to do is, after you have these clips next to each other, just put one layer above, and then you'll have to drag your cursor to the place where you want the mask to start. And for us, that is the first frame after the person has completely entered the frame and is starting to reveal the scene behind him. Then you want to drag your second clip to that point. So now what we do is just make sure to click on the upper clip, then go to Effects Control, then go down to Opacity, and if you don't see these things here, just click this arrow on the side, and then you can see that you have three different shapes for masking. But for this particular one, we're gonna use the Free Draw Bezier. Bezier? Anyways, create a mask with that, just click once, and then you can see how the mask was created below. If you click 2 or 3 times like this and you can't see it, just scroll down below and you'll see the other mask. So just click on their name, then press delete on your keyboard, and that's how you get rid of them and hold only one mask. If you're working with multiple masks, maybe that's a good idea then to rename it after, for example, I will say, and then the name of the mask will appear here. This is a reminder for you, always double check that you are on the upper clip when you're doing the mask, and that's the case for us. So now before we start drawing anything, we want to do one thing. Click on this toggle animation here in front of mask path, because we want to create a keyframe, and also toggle this feather to around 70 to 120, something like that. Now we want to draw the mask, but if we just go here and click on the clip, nothing will happen. So what we want to do in order to be able to draw is click on the name of the mask and not on mask path, like that, and then we are able to draw. Now we don't need to make something super specific, just make sure to make something that looks roughly the same. And also something I want to tell you here is that if you make a new point but you keep your mouse clicked and you move it left or right, then you can use that to curve the line behind you. And I think that that is very useful because you won't always deal with straight lines, and if you just make many small dots, you will run into a bigger problem later. So I will make this a bit smaller now and just add another point here. And when we click the last one, as you noticed here, the opposite of what we wanted happened, because as default, when you make a mask, everything that is inside of the line stays protected and the rest gets removed. We don't want that, we want actually the opposite effect. So by still making sure that we are clicked on the upper clip, we will go to the mask again and then select this square here called inverted. And there we go. Now we have successfully masked the first frame, but we want to make some adjustments just to drag it a bit out, because we don't want this upper clip to be revealed by accident. So just make sure to get them pretty outside of the frame. And now comes the fun part. You're going to click on this clip and then with your right arrow on your keyboard, just move to the next frame. And here what you're gonna do is just adjust this mask to the new place where the person has moved. And you will have to repeat that until the person is completely out of frame. But before I continue with that, I just want to explain you something else, is that when you're curving the mask, then sometimes you just have these things very close to the actual node. and when you just want to move the node, it happens that you move the curvature instead, and that can be very frustrating. But there's a very simple way to deal with that, is that you should notice that this square is selected because this is blue and this one is empty in the middle, and then just click somewhere outside. And that's not selected anymore, so now if you want to move it, that's how you do it. And also, if you want to move this one, the curvature of this one, you can't. You can just move it around because you didn't initiate it yet. So in order to initiate a curvature movement, then just press Alt on your keyboard, and then you will see how the cursor changes. And then just drag around and do the curvature. So you're just gonna move frame by frame and then adjust the mask. Oops, here I did the mistake. Until the person is to the edge of the frame. Also, if you want to skip frames, you don't have to click here and use your arrows all the time. Just scroll down once with your mouse, and that makes it easier. Alright, so that was it. Now if we try to play this clip from the beginning, we will notice that we have this part here still masked out, which we didn't need. This was actually the very first frame that we masked, and the way to fix this is by going to the first frame, to the beginning. So this was our first frame, then go one frame before that. Make sure you're clicked on the upper clip, click on the name of the mask, and then drag it outside. So now for all the previous frames it is outside, and as soon as it goes to this first key frame here, it comes inside and then it continues normally. So now let's see what that looks like. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. One more thing I wanted to explain to you right now is that if you didn't use feather, for example, let's toggle it down to 0, then it would look very artificial, like this. Other things you can play with are the opacity of the mask. Sometimes you could also just use the mask expansion tool, and that was useful for me, for example, when I did the masking of the lens. So yeah, that's actually how easy it is to use this tool in Premiere Pro. I hope this video could help you. If it did, then leave a like and subscribe to the channel to not miss any future videos like this, and also leave a comment if you have any further questions. If you use this in your clips, then also feel free to tag me there. I'll be really happy to see the results that you come up with. And yeah, I just hope that this video made the whole masking thing a bit easier for you. Peace.